Shadows of the Forgotten Asylum. The air was thick with a sense of foreboding as the group of urban explorers approached the imposing facade of the abandoned asylum. Ivy crept up the cracked walls, and broken windows stared like empty eyes, hinting at the horrors that lay within. Excitement mixed with trepidation as they pushed open the rusty gates, stepping into a world frozen in time. Echoes of the past seemed to whisper through the corridors, telling tales of suffering and despair. With flashlights in hand, they ventured deeper, their footsteps echoing ominously against the decrepit floors. Rooms once filled with cries of anguish now stood silent, yet their walls seemed to retain the memories of past atrocities. Suddenly, a cold draft swept through the hallway, chilling them to the bone despite the warm summer night. Unease settled over the group as they exchanged nervous glances, wondering if they were truly alone in the asylum. Shadows danced on the walls, playing tricks on their minds as they navigated the labyrinthine corridors. A door creaked open of its own accord, revealing a staircase that descended into darkness. Heartbeats quickened as they descended, each step bringing them closer to the heart of the asylum's secrets. Strange symbols adorned the walls, hinting at rituals long forgotten and darker forces at play. Suddenly, they heard the sound of distant whispers, unintelligible yet filled with a sense of urgency. Panic bubbled within them as they quickened their pace, desperate to escape the oppressive atmosphere closing in around them. In the depths of the asylum, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber, its walls lined with shelves of decaying documents. Among the yellowed pages, they discovered the truth behind the asylum's dark past, a history of cruelty and experimentation. Shock turned to horror as they realized the extent of the suffering endured by the asylum's patients at the hands of those sworn to care for them. But their exploration had awoken something malevolent, something that hungered for revenge against the living. As they attempted to flee, they found themselves trapped within the asylum's grasp, its walls shifting and closing in around them. Desperate, they sought refuge in the abandoned operating theater, hoping to find a way to break free from the asylum's clutches. But the spirits of the past were not so easily appeased, manifesting before them in ethereal forms of agony and rage. With nowhere left to run, they realized that they must confront the darkness head-on if they ever hoped to escape. Gathering their courage, they delved deeper into the asylum, determined to uncover its darkest secrets and put an end to the suffering once and for all. As they journeyed through the decaying halls, they encountered spectral visions of the asylum's former inhabitants, their tortured souls reaching out for redemption. Each encounter brought them closer to the truth, but also closer to the brink of madness as the line between reality and nightmare blurred. Time seemed to lose all meaning within the asylum's walls, hours blending into days as they fought to survive against forces beyond their comprehension. But amidst the chaos, they discovered a glimmer of hope, a way to break the curse that bound them to the asylum's confines. Armed with newfound knowledge, they raced against time to unravel the mystery of the asylum's closure and expose the truth to the world. But the malevolent forces that lurked within the shadows would not go quietly into the night, determined to claim their souls for eternity. With every step forward, they faced unimaginable horrors, testing the limits of their strength and resolve. Betrayal lurked around every corner as they struggled to distinguish friend from foe amidst the chaos. But through sheer determination and unwavering solidarity, they pressed on, refusing to let fear dictate their fate. As they neared the heart of the asylum, they uncovered evidence of corruption and cover-ups that ran deeper than they could have ever imagined. Shock turned to anger as they realized the extent of the injustice perpetrated against the asylum's victims, fueling their resolve to seek justice. But justice would have to wait, as they found themselves cornered by the vengeful spirits that haunted the asylum's halls. With nowhere left to run, they stood their ground, facing the ghosts of the past with a courage born of desperation. In a final showdown, they confronted the source of the asylum's malevolence, a darkness that threatened to consume them all. With every ounce of strength they possessed, they fought back against the darkness, refusing to surrender to its insidious grip. And in the moment of truth, they discovered the power of solidarity and sacrifice, as the spirits of the past found peace at last. But their victory came at a cost, as they realized that they could never truly escape the horrors they had witnessed within the asylum's walls. With heavy hearts, they made their way back to the surface, leaving behind the darkness that had threatened to consume them. As they stepped out into the light of day, they vowed to never forget the lessons they had learned within the asylum's depths. And though the scars of their ordeal would never fully heal, they emerged stronger, united by a bond forged in the fires of adversity. The abandoned asylum stood silent once more, its secrets buried beneath layers of dust and decay. But the echoes of the past would never truly fade away, a reminder of the darkness that lurked within the human heart. And as the sun set on the horizon, casting long shadows across the desolate landscape, the urban explorers knew that some mysteries were best left undisturbed. For in the end, it was not the asylum itself that was the true horror, but the capacity for cruelty that lay dormant within us all. And as they walked away from the crumbling ruins, they carried with them a newfound appreciation for the fragility of life and the power of redemption. The darkness may have claimed the asylum, but it could never extinguish the light of hope that burned within the hearts of those who dared to confront it. And though the scars of their ordeal would never fully heal, they knew that they had emerged from the shadows stronger and more resilient than ever before. As they disappeared into the night, leaving the asylum behind them, they carried with them the knowledge that evil may lurk in the darkest corners of the world, but so too does the courage to face it. And as they looked towards the future, they knew that no matter what horrors awaited them, they would always have each other to rely on. For in the end, it is not the darkness that defines us, but the light that we carry within us, shining bright against the shadows of despair. And so, as the stars twinkled overhead, casting their ethereal glow upon the world below, the urban explorers ventured forth into the unknown, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. For they knew that as long as they stood together, no darkness could ever hope to overcome the light of their indomitable spirit. As they disappeared into the night, their laughter mingling with the breeze, they left behind the asylum and its haunting past, knowing that they had faced their fears and emerged victorious. With the weight of their shared experience binding them together, they embarked on new adventures, their bond stronger than ever before.